or birdie or whatever the stupid things are called.
Birdie.
And it's possible with luck that I can beat Tiger Woods' score.
Impossible. But what you're getting at is what you're getting at is you actually are competing with him for the entire round or match.
Right.
In football, you're not competing for the whole game because
it's the first play.
By the first or second play, you're out.
Done.
I'm calling my mother.
How about this? How about this? The uniform you wear for your sport, if you could go out to dinner in that same uniform, it's not a sport. I'm going to add that one.
Dinner.
I'm moving on from the animals.
Okay.
Yeah, like a tennis player can't go out and just go out to a nice dinner in his little tennis shorts.
Oh, so the criteria now, no defense. What's the other one I said? There's another one. You can't wear your clothes. You can't be able to wear.
You can't wear the same clothes to dinner.
And you can't just play it with somebody.
You can't be a regular person right after. You have to be able to have to take a shower.
Right. And take off your jockstrap. Your sweaty jockstrap.
It was one other reason I forgot to...
Yeah, that there's no chance that you could actually play this game against the professionals.
Right. All right. Well, the phones are lit. They're going to add to this a little bit.
Yeah, a bunch of golfers.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey, man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony virus.
Wow! You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. The phone's lit. Let's see what Cleveland's all about today. What's up, Mike?
Hey, I got an argument for Patrice on that one. It's only a sport if it can kill you.
That's an argument that's kind of for what I'm saying. The possibility of dying during golf, again, is maybe hit you, or runs over your foot, your foot's infected. But
you get nailed by a golf ball in the temple.
Yeah, but that's just
a ball. It's like being shot.
I've never touched a golf ball. I'm not a hobbyist.
How about the lightning strikes?
That doesn't count. It's just not a sport. It's just not a sport. It's a competition. Mm-hmm. Your number against my number, but it's not a sport. It's just not a sport.
All right, let's go to Greg. Greg, what's up?
Hey, morning, guys.
Good morning, Greg.
When I was in college, I developed full contact golf. It was probably the most fun we had when we weren't drinking on the golf course.
Well, how do you play?
All right, it's teams of 4. Each team has a designated hitter. That guy is the one who hits the ball. We kind of do what Anthony mentioned, where everybody starts off, you start off with 2 or 3 different teams. Everyone starts at the exact same time. Now, the other 3 guys on your team that are not your hitters are your blockers. They may not pick up the ball, but everything else is game. So you can block the other teammates into their putter, into other putters. You can block them and hold them over the hole while the other guy's trying to putt the ball into the hole.
What about when you're on but what about when you're on the fairway?
When you're on the fairway, you're pretty much just beating the crap out of your friends.
Are you getting in the way of the swinging of a golf club?
Jesus. You don't want to get in the way of the swinging of a golf club, but you yourself cannot hit the opposing team's putter. But you can push their own people into the putter. So while you're on the fairway, you're over there pushing a couple of guys, waiting for the guy just before he's about to swing. You start body checking his friends into the swing.
So you could check his friends into the swing.
That's a sport. That is a sport. And if Tiger was the best at that, I'll go Tiger Woods is better than Roger Federer if he continuously won at what this guy is saying.
Better at a sport.
And you don't get any 100-yard hits. You don't get someone who hits 200-300 yards except off the tee. Mm-hmm. After that, you're hitting it like maybe 10, 20 yards because you don't want a full swing. You're not trying to nail your friends with a golf club. You know, and that is fun.
You guys are nuts.
That's fun.
All right, thanks, sir. Let's go to Jimmy in Massachusetts. Jimmy, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, Jimmy.
Let's go back to the chess situation where you say you need defense in the sport, right?
Yes, sir.
And you say, oh, well, if I reach across the table, grab your face and smash it into the chessboard.
Okay.
That's a defensive play. Take, say you put my king in check, though.
Mm-hmm.
I now have to make a defensive play and block that check.
Yeah, I think you're talking chess might have to be a sport there, Patrice.
You know what? And I'm not mad.
There is a defense. I was playing chess this weekend, matter of fact. I was doing a lot of defensive moves.
I'm not married to making things not a sport. If you can sell. Now, if you considering that chess has an official defense, like your skill is affected by somebody else, like you can't have your skill if somebody's not trying to stop you. That's all I'm saying. So if you agree that chess will stop, that other person's skill can stop yours, then it's a sport.
Why don't we add another rule? Like if you have a high IQ playing this sport, it's not a sport.
All right, take downhill skiing, racing or whatever. My offense is I'm going to get in front of you. My defense is I'm going to stay in front of you. I'm not going to let you pass me.
Wrong. That's not defense.
How is that's defense?
That's not defense. I'll give you chess. Skiing, that's part of the skill, but you can't really affect how fast I'm going. I'm going downhill with you. You can't touch me. You can't do anything. It's the fact that I'm faster on skis than you, which is not a sport. That's my skill is better than your skill. I have mastered my hobby.
All right.
I'm not buying the chess one either.
All right.
I don't think I want to say chess either.
You know why? It's defense, but once removed. It's not defense against you directly. It's defense once removed to the pieces of the game.
You're adjusting to that guy's move with his skill. You're adjusting, but you're not affecting what he's doing.
Let's go to Matt in Queens. Matt, what's up?
I'm not buying it.
So check now.
No, I'm saying no.
I take it back. Sorry, dude. You almost had me.
Let's go to Matt in Queens. Matt.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Miniature golf. You got that windmill blocking the ball.
Yeah, there you go. Miniature golf is now a sport, Patrice.
You know what?
Mechanical defenses, though.
If you have obstacles,
they got to be. They can't be man-made. They got to be human.
It's not. Thank you, Opie.
It's got to be something that's living and breathing.
Hurdles, the 20-meter hurdles, not a sport.
That's in your way.
In your way, no. Detours, no. That doesn't make it a sport.
Doesn't matter. Track and field, no.
All right.
NASCAR, not a sport.
What? Now you're going to get people crazy. Now you're going to get people crazy.
It is absolutely illegal in race car driving to affect by actually these guys getting to fight. I see it on ESPN. Dude, you clip me. It's illegal to do these things, man.
No, you're allowed to do a little bumping.
No, you're not.
They bump.
It's accepted.
You're going to get beat up for
smoking weed in Holland or drinking liquor in a bag here. It's accepted, but it's not legal to touch a man's car while he's driving 200 miles an hour.
Absolutely a sport.
Absolutely.
You got team members on the track helping you out, blocking other drivers.
I don't see it as a sport though because it's a car.
Like bicycling.
It's a car.
It's my foot is heavier than your foot, and I'm driving around. It's a skill.
It's transportation.
Listen, everybody. If you
just dumb down NASCAR to a heavy foot,
it's a skill.
Are you insane?
It's a hobby.
You know how many rednecks listen to us, Patrice?
Listen, I'm saying it's a skill. They should be happy with that.
Very skill.
I'm not saying you're a bum if you drive a car 200 miles an hour, but I'm saying it's not a sport. You can't. Now, look, if crashing your car against the side of the wall was part of the rules, then it's a sport.
All right.
If I can stop you.
Too. I could drive a couple of 100 miles an hour. I could do it. I could do it today.
Right now.
It has nothing to do with...
You would die in a fiery car crash.
In a
broken
field.
down sons of bitches in a car that could do just as well as a guy that is good at the sport.
And I tell you, here it is. I remember criteria. It was an age thing.
Yeah.
It's not a sport if at 45 you can decide to take it up.
Right.
I was reading about this old NASCAR driver over the weekend. Yeah. He's going to be, 70, 72?
Oh,
and
Jesus. Stop.
Not allowed.
Stop.
Yeah,
not allowed.
Look it up. It was in the paper on Sunday.
Skill, finesse, all that is there. But sport, I never thought of NASCAR as being a sport.
How about Dave in Philly? Dave, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Listening to us on WISP. What's up, Dave?
Patrice, you couldn't be more wrong, especially about swimming. Swimming requires mental toughness, unbelievable physical endurance.
Yes.
My son is a state champion swimmer in the state of Pennsylvania.
Great for him.
I dare you to get in the pool with him.
I will never beat your son. But that little sissy is not doing a sport. He is swimming against his own self, meaning that no one, wait, sir, no one, wait a minute, no one can take your son's head and dunk it as he's doing his little breaststroke.
I like the Opie animal idea for this one.
Thank you. It's the obvious. How about you throw sharks in the pool? Is it now a sport?
It has to be
You're
something.
swimming faster and you're trying to avoid the sharks?
Wait a minute. Now, water polo is a sport.
That's a sport.
If your son played water polo, sir, he's an athlete.
Wait,
he is an athlete anyway, but he's not competing in a sport.
The only sports that you're picking on are sports that black guys suck at.
It's not my fault. Maybe that's why they invented those sports, so you can have something to do.
Okay, yeah.
Because your son is a swimmer, you're angry because he can't compete with those big giant N-words that will smash his dumb little butterfly. I'm going to tell you, something is not a sport if you have the term butterfly in it.
I think he's right, Patrice. You people can't swim.
We can't swim. But that's not true. We play hockey now, and you let us in there. Our ankles are stronger.
That's true, I know.
And he's only a state champion for Pennsylvania.
Oh, my God.
How does he do against Florida?
Come on, man. Dude, your son is physically gifted, maybe, and he's probably good at it. He's probably skillful at it, but he's not in a sport. How fast he swims, no one can affect how fast he swims. So he's not in a sport.
All right.
Absolutely wrong.
All right, how are they affected?
Because when he is in a competition and he's swimming, the guy in the lane next to him, even though there is a lane line in between them, can go over to that lane line and cause turbulence. Meaning going into his lane.
Shut up.
That's just people cause turbulence when they swim. It's something you got to get over, but it's not.
Wow.
Now pilots
I don't see it used much. Yeah.
All right, Dave. Thank you.
Shut up.
Man, you're firing up some people today.
Because
and the shark, by the way, is too obvious. I say big octopus.
That'd be scary. Imagine you're just ready to touch the winning, the edge of the pool, and an octopus grabs your foot.
Grabs your foot and pulls you backwards a little bit.
Did he win his argument? Is swimming still not a sport?
It's not a sport.
Thank you.
How about this?
Well,
how about
following
this?
the Patrice rules, no, it's not.
I could turn anything into a sport that isn't a sport. Right. Here it is. Swimming. You go to the one end, you do that cool little flip move, and then you got to swim back, right?
Yes.
Whoever hits that first thing, there's a button there. You hit it, every other lane now has a current going in the opposite direction based on the fact that you got to the other side first.
Nope, that's just like hurdles.
But you were the one that did it.
Another person.
Yeah, I got to the end first.
What if you have your opponent works a wave machine?
As you're trying to do it.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's figure this out. So he has a wave machine. But he has to.
And it's important how
he has to be physically exerting to him.
Right.
So.
Oh, now it's completely a sport.
So, but. The only person that works the wave machine is the other swimmer.
Right.
So you're trying to...
if he wears himself out, he's going to suck at swimming.
Exactly.
So he's got to balance. It's a fine balance. Then now that's a sport.
I'll go with that.
That's a sport.
That's a sport
All right.
now. All right.
God, people are just waking up, tuning in, going, did these guys smoke pot before their show today?
This is a legitimate argument.
Pot talk.
And you know where this comes from? It comes from people, again, if you didn't listen, Roger Federer, who's more dominant in their sport? Roger Federer or Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods is dominant in his hobby. Roger Federer is dominant in a sport.
Here's another one. If you have a lint brush in your equipment bags, can't talk today. It's not a sport.
Brush.
If you can wear a sweater vest,
right?
If you can wear a wife beater sweater,
if you can wear your same clothes to a christening,
if you don't have to take a shower afterwards, swimming you're already clean. He'll call back and go, dude, you dumb Negro, it's chlorine.
You know the eyes can burn.
You can swim in a freshwater lake.
The guy never got... Yeah, we can all do it.
If after you complete your sport, you can jump in your car and go to a wedding without changing, it's not a sport.
How disappointed was that guy once he found out his son is not an athlete?
We can all... obviously, we wouldn't beat his son
Of course
swimming.
not.
But I could do it. I could jump in the pool. I could swim to one end. I could swim to the other.
Let's go to Sonny. Sonny.
Hey guys, how the hell can Patrice turn around and say that skiing is not a sport? Is it because dominantly? I mean, I'm starting to agree from that guy from Cleveland that black people don't participate in all these sports.
Ready? Hold up, sir. I hear your point. Here's the Kramer situation.
Mm-hmm.
I made them mad enough to start going racial.
Right.
Great point. No. And if you can name a sport that black people don't. Wait a minute. Ready? I'll turn this to. I'll destroy the racial thing.
All right.
Listen.
The 100-meter dash is not a sport.
Black people.
Black people.
Right.
Sports. All right. With the agony of defeat guy rolling down that mountain on his skis.
He got defeated in his hobby. He slipped.
If he got tripped and it was part of the...
Yes. Thank you, sir. Do you see where I'm going? Now...
If you could trip skiers, and it's a sport.
Sir, those old fast-running Negroes, I don't think Jesse Owens was doing a sport.
Right.
Jesse Owens wasn't... Javelin throwing is not a sport.
Yeah, he's beating up his own people there, Sonny.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not a racial thing.
He's saying track and field, all track and field, just about, right? I'm trying to think real fast. Track and field in general is not a sport.
It's athletic. It's an amazing skill. You're fast and running, but it's not a sport.
You cannot put skiing in the...
Yes,
skiing is absolutely in there.
Yes.
Tons of people get killed.
Where's the defense?
Tons of people get killed by the obstacles, and the obstacles are dangerous. I didn't say it wasn't dangerous. It is not a sport because me going down a hill is not affected by another person pushing me, hitting me, or touching me, so I can do it freely. And if I suck too bad and I can't miss a tree, that doesn't make me a
all right, listen, Patrice. Just to get everyone on the same page, because people are just tuning in for the first time. Basically, Patrice said you need some type of defense to make it a sport.
Defense.
That's what we're getting at. So, with skiing, let's say.
Where's the defense?
Let's say defense is a guy with a blowtorch just messing up the course a little bit. Would that be good enough?
Doing something.
Where next thing you know, you're flying down a mountain and you hit like a patch of grass or dirt.
Ready?
That would affect your performance.
We're both going down.
Okay.
And I know. Okay? You know what? What makes skiing a sport? Any James Bond movie where they're staying down and this dude,
and he can do a smoke screen.
He's next to you and he's poking you with those sticks.
Right.
He's kicking you in your face and you fall and you win. Because put it this way, if you're better than me and I can beat you by stopping you from being better than me, by doing something that counteracts your ability.
People are mistaking difficulty, skill. They're mistaking that for what you're saying.
Why is that not acceptable? It's skillful.
Right.
It's just not a sport.
You're not putting down the fact that it's not a skillful thing that takes years of training to get good at, and not everybody can be very good at it. But it's another thing that people do for recreation.
I'm not diminishing the skill.
They strap skis on, go to the mountains, and a lot of people are very good. And they ski, and then they go to the lodge, have a few hot toddies. You never see people, like I said, putting on the helmet, the shoulder pads, getting out there, professional football team, and getting slaughtered.
Right. Even flag football. Nobody's getting touched. But for me to be able to run and keep you from grabbing my towel outside of my pants.
It's competing with a person.
It's a sport.
You're competing with a person.
And if it's accepted that you could drink while you do it, it's not a sport.
That's bowling to you.
Not. Thank you very much.
But with golf, because this started with Tiger Woods, what about blindside tackling? What about you're officially against Tiger Woods?
Right.
And your whole job as he's playing is to like kind of blend in with the crowd and then make your move and do your blindside tackle.
Opie, you just made golf a sport. Strategically. Now, what that is an awful kind of pressure.
Right.
So Tiger's looking over his shoulder.
Looking around, wondering where the blindside tackle's coming from.
Maybe you get 5, you call it surprises during golf.
Right.
Where 5 times your opponent.
Some guy in the gallery.
Strategically.
That's what I mean.
Some guy just standing in the gallery that's supposed to be one of those claps after the shot guys. And at any hole, this guy could be there and just run out and tackle you.
And like football, they have the Motorola things, and the guy upstairs, and he goes just like a football, like, what's the thing? Make a challenge?
Yeah.
Somebody's upstairs going, okay, all right, he's good. Now, sit him now. Wow!
Each golfer has 5 of these guys somewhere on the course.
He would be petrified every hole.
Your mind.
How could you tee off? How could you just...
And you can't, there's no home field advantage in golf because no one can talk, no one can go. Tiger used, no fans of Payne Stewart. I think Payne Stewart died, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Hold on really fast.
No fans of him can affect.
Patrice.
You can't even say Tiger sucks.
Yeah, let me throw that in there.
Yeah.
It's not a sport if you're a viewer or whatever and you're not allowed to cheer and yell.
To cheer or root for your favorite
during
guy.
the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. During game
You can't
play.
have
During
concentration during a sport.
Yeah.
Huh?
Just throw tennis.
Yeah, tennis. They
No. Wait a minute. That's
point, Dan.
We're talking aspects, Dan. Tennis is a sport because I'm trying to stop you. That is a sport. So we can do that with no audience.
Right.
You can play football with no audience. But I'm saying that football, dude, you're dealing also with people yelling. You're dealing with this guy calling you stupid. Negroes don't play. Now, I got to deal with that as I'm trying to smash somebody in their face or they're trying to hit me in my face.
Yeah.
That's a sport. But golf, shh.
All right.
Kill that squirrel.
Hold on, we got a couple more calls, then we're going to move on here. Joe in Jersey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey.
I agree with Patrice to an extent. And the whole thing is, a sport is something where you compete against another team. Teams have a lot to do with it. You know, if I can't score more than you, it's not a sport.
Thank you. Well, no, because golf you can score more than me. You can scores.
Yeah, but you know what? I should be able to shoot ahead of you then. And if you get up to my hole and you can pass me, then you could tackle me and stop me from
there you go.
a putt.
Yeah,
There's plenty of ways to make it a sport.
Yeah,
Let's go to Chris in Pittsburgh. Chris, he knows how to make skiing a sport. Go ahead, Chris.
Patrice, I think the only way you'd be able to make skiing a sport, let's say that Anthony is the skier. You stand on the hillside with a hose and spray him as he tries to get down the hill.
Yes,
All right, that's good.
I have to be the skier.
Right.
I have to then ski.
Yeah, you can't have a designated hose guy.
And it has to be strategic.
The guy would be the hoser.
It has to be a strategic time where I can use the hose.
Can we sell this to ESPN? We're coming up with a great show, man. Are you kidding
Let
me?
me tell you something.
Can you imagine if we...
Should I...
Huh?
Even open my mouth about this today, because this is a show.
This is so a show.
This is a show, and I was.
You get people to
Real sports.
Hold on, you get people to sign away their lives, and you play golf our way, the Opie and Anthony and Patrice way, where you got 5 guys on your team somewhere ready to blindside you. Blindside tackles.
Oh, I was sitting there going, should I say? Because who wouldn't watch? It's like, okay.
Who wouldn't watch a downhill skier and you don't know where that...
We make them a sport.
The fire hose is coming
The fire
from.
hose guy is.
The fire hose guy.
Oh, God, I'm so pissed.
Just knocks him off his feet.
Who wouldn't watch that? Who wouldn't watch that? Who wouldn't watch golf every Sunday if you knew at any given time there was going to be
someone's going to come running out and just blindside him?
Kind of like the new Tiger Woods commercial where he tackles the dude.
There you go.
Imagine if you get to see that during the actual sport or the competition, whatever.
And Opie, did you see that they made a big deal out of that Tiger tackled the dude?
Yeah.
Because Tiger innately knows he's not doing a sport. So, but he's athletic. So when he did that, they was like, "Hey man, Tiger."
He was showing that he is an athlete.
Hey, dude, you got to be careful. They got stuntmen for that. And Tiger's like, "I could do that."
Right.
Did you see how upset, and I think it was the first Jackass or one of them, that the golfers got when they blew off those air horns in the bushes? They'd hide in the bushes, wait for these guys to tee off, and blow the air horn. Hey, now.
Yep.
Should be able to do that.
Opie.
All right.
Good.
We start with golf. We'll end with golf. Here's Ken. Ken, what's up?
Hey, fellas.
Hey, man.
What's up?
I think Patrice is absolutely right. It is an acquired skill. It is not a sport. Anything like bocce, darts, bowling that you can play while drinking a scotch and having a cigar is definitely not a sport. It's an acquired skill.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Anything you can play at a nudist camp is not a sport.
Billiards could possibly, under my rules, could possibly maybe be a sport. That's kind of like chess.
But it's kind of like a chess one. You're through a second generation of defense. You're not physically your body defending. but you're putting balls in position.
It's not a sport if it's just obstacles.
Right.
Okay.
But we've all played extreme pool. Who hasn't played extreme pool where you're allowed to shoot at the guy who's trying to shoot?
Oh.
You get a little drunk and it becomes a whole new
balls are launching off the table.
Oh, yeah, it's smacking into each other full speed. What?
That idea.
I love your idea.
Oh, yeah.
No, just kidding. He's doing nothing. Get him in there right now and
pitch it.
And pitch it.
Get him to pitch it.